Hello everyone, today we're going to be looking at Minecraft Championship All-Stars. Now, what I'm going to be doing first is I'm going to analyze the teams and tell you guys my thoughts on them, and then I'll tell you where the teams should place just according to their individual averages, and then I'll tell you where I think the teams are going to place just according to my opinion. But before we get into the video, I just want to thank you guys for 50 subscribers, and I'm just going to say that I full-on predicted the Illumina individual first last event. Now, please help me hit 100 subs by the end of the year, and enjoy the video. First off, we have the Red Rabbits. Now, just looking at this team, I already think they're going to make Dodgeball. This team is basically just the MCC 15 Red Rabbits on steroids. This team's chemistry is also going to be insane since it's literally the dream team. This team is going to be absolutely insane and very fun to watch. Second, we have the Orange Ocelots. Now, this team is pretty average, and I honestly think they're probably going to get 5th or 6th. This is just one of those teams that could do well, but most likely will just do okay. But regardless, this team is going to be pretty chill and very fun to watch. Third, we have the Yellow Yaks. Now, this team is going to be really good. Just looking at it, they definitely have a chance to get into Dodgeball. Quig is obviously the best on this team, and will probably make up most of the coins. CPK is also really good, and if he can score as much as he did in MCC 16, we might actually see this team win. But even if they don't, this team will still be very fun to watch. Fourth, we have the Llamas. So, of course, we have Illumina, who is definitely the best on this team, and then we also have SB, who's basically the king of the practice server and has gotten a lot better as seen in MCC 17. Then, of course, we have Finn, who has also gotten a lot better as seen in MCC 16, and we also have Sylvie, who is a fairly good player. All in all, this team definitely has potential to get into Dodgeball, but either way, I think this team is going to be very entertaining to watch. Fifth, we have the Green Geckos. Now, of course, we have the team leader Pete, who is widely considered to be the best player in MCC. Then we have Green, who's also gotten a lot better at MCC as we've seen in MCC 17, where he got his first top 10 placement ever. Now, we also have Guy Rocky, who is not a bad player at all, and is in fact a pretty good player. And last we have Cub, who is definitely the worst on this team, but I definitely think he's not the worst in the event. All in all, this team is pretty good, and I think that if Pete can carry hard enough, he might be able to make up for the coins that Cub doesn't. Plus, it'll definitely be a very fun team to watch. Sixth, we have the Cyan Coyotes. Now, I think this team is going to be heavily underrated. First of all, we have Puns, who is widely considered to be one of the best in the event, and in my opinion has a solid place in S tier. And then we have JoJo Solos, who is the highest ranking woman in MCC history, getting 5th in MCCR. And then we have Blushy, who is also absolutely insane as we saw in MCCR. Captain Puffy is also a pretty good player, and all in all, I think this team's chemistry might be good enough to get this team to Dodgeball. But regardless, this team will definitely be a very fun and very chill viewing experience. Seventh, we have the Aqua Axolotls. Now, honestly, I don't really see this team doing that well. Krinios is definitely a really good player, with Bitzel also being pretty good, but Minimuka and Eret are just really not good enough to boost this team into top 5, in my opinion. But even though I think this team isn't going to win, I still think they're going to be very fun to watch. Eighth, we have the Blue Bats. Now, do I even really have to say anything? This team is an absolute classic. H-Bomb and Fruit Berries obviously are the best on this team, with False also being pretty good and Ren being okay. But last time these people teamed up, they got first overall and won the event by a landslide. So I honestly think they have a guaranteed top 5 and a very good chance for a Dodgeball. But either way, this team is very cool and will definitely be very fun to see again. Ninth, we have the Purple Pandas. Now, this is literally the first team to ever win MCC. This team is a very good team, as we've all seen already, and I think they definitely have a very good chance for Dodgeball. Everyone on this team is really good, and I honestly think they've gotten a lot better too. This team is going to have great chemistry and will definitely be very fun to see for the second time. And last, but most definitely not least, we have the Pink Parrots. Now, this was supposed to be the Sleepy Boys, but Techno couldn't play, and luckily, Tubbo just won the last event, so he was able to replace Techno. Honestly, I really think that Tubbo being on this team will definitely make Tommy actually play seriously. I think this team could do well, but all of Tommy's past events, he didn't really do well, so I really don't know whether this team's going to do good or bad. But either way, this team is definitely going to be very entertaining. Now, moving on to the part of the video where I tell you guys how the team should place just according to their individual averages. Coming in last, we have the Aqua Axolotls. Now, I knew this team wasn't going to do well because all of their averages are just okay, and there isn't a firm S tier like Pete or H-Bomb. But even though they're probably not going to win, I still think this team is going to be pretty fun to watch. Coming in ninth, we have the Llamas. Now, I think this team has a low placement because although SB and Finn have performed pretty well in the last few events, they have not really been consistent with their scores in the past. So I think they got a lower placement because of that. But regardless, I still think this team definitely could do better in the actual event. Coming in 8th, we have the Purple Pandas. Now, even though they won MCC 1, they haven't really been doing good in the past few events. But I think that if they can do as well as they did in the first event, they might have an actual chance. Coming in 7th, we have the Orange Ocelots. Now, I said I thought they would get 5th or 6th, and they ended up getting 7th. Honestly, they could get higher, but I think they're probably just going to stay around this spot in the middle of the leaderboard. Coming in 6th, we have the Cyan Coyotes. Now, this team honestly could do a lot worse than this, but they could also do a lot better. Now, my reasoning for this is that we haven't really seen that much from Blushy and JoJo solos since they've only been in one event. But I think that they'll probably do a lot better than this in the actual event since they scored so high in their first event, and they're probably just going to do better. Coming in 5th, we have the Blue Bats. Now, I kind of knew that this team wasn't going to score that high because while they have really great teamwork, False and Ren's scores are pretty low. But I definitely think that they can score higher than this in the actual event if they have just as good chemistry as they did in MCC 9. Coming in 4th, we have the Green Geckos. Now, honestly, if I were to make a prediction, which I am, I would probably just put this team right here. Now, do I think they could score higher? Yes, but I also think that they could score lower. Now, Pete has been a bit inconsistent with his individual placements over the last few events, but honestly, I think if Pete can get another individual first, then they might actually be able to win. Coming in 3rd, we have the Pink Parrots. Now, obviously, we all knew that this team's average would just be insane since all of them are pretty good players by themselves, but again, the problem is Tommy. The only thing that might be saving them this time is Tubbo, since he just won MCC 18 and probably really wants another coin. Coming in 2nd, we have the Red Rabbits. Now, I already knew this team would be toward the top since I knew how good this team was, but honestly, I definitely think they could make it into 1st because Bad and George's scores are kind of low due to their low performances in other events, so they definitely could place higher, but they could also very well just place lower. Now, of course, coming in 1st, we have the Yellow Yaks. Now, this team is pretty good since CPK just won MCC 16 and S Major just won MCC 18, so both of their stats are pretty inflamed, but Quig and Shovel are also both really good players. This team will definitely have really good chemistry since they all just seem like such nice people. This team could definitely get this high in the actual event, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Now, out of Yellow and Red, Red wins Dodgebolt 97.8% of the time. An astounding victory, and they win Dodgebolt by a landslide. Now, this is the part of the video where I tell you guys where I think the teams are going to place just according to my opinion. Now, coming in 10th, I have the Aqua Axolotls. Coming in 9th, I have the Orange Ocelots. Coming in 8th, I have the Purple Pandas. Coming in 7th, I have the Llamas. Coming in 6th, I have the Green Geckos. Coming in 5th, I have the Pink Parrots. Coming in 4th, I have the Cyan Coyotes. Coming in 3rd, I have the Yellow Yaks. Coming in 2nd, I have the Blue Bats. And coming in 1st, I have the Red Rabbits. And out of Red and Blue, I think Blue is going to win Dodgebolt. Alright, well, that was the end of the video, and thank you guys so much for watching. This is actually the first outro that I don't have scripted. I literally have everything in my video scripted, and this is the first time I'm going off script, just because I feel like it. Please subscribe. I can't believe we actually hit 50 subscribers last time. That's absolutely insane. Please help me hit 100 by the end of the year. I know we're probably not going to do it, but please just click subscribe. It's free. It's so easy. And see you guys next time.